8:30 at night, and the house is quiet. At his desk, my husband, a cardiologist, studies a stack of electrocardiograms, his pen circling suspicious troughs and peaks, the steady or interrupted drumming of another heartbeat. I fight off sudden chills. I'm a practical woman and a rabbi who does not waste energy worrying about what comes after this life. Yet now, in the silence of my home, I wonder if I too have begun to detect the echoes of distant heartbeats. I wonder if I believe in ghosts. Until that day, over a decade ago, I'd never been able to explain the dread that overtakes me whenever I approach our local Costco, an innocuous giant box store with gray cement walls and abundant towers of triple fudge brownie mix. But before I even get out of my car, a magnetic tug propels me to flee. That winter morning, I was determined to conquer any disturbing sensations and restock our pantry with enough frozen waffles to open my own pancake house. But as soon as I entered the cavernous warehouse, it began again. My hands tingled with electric shocks when I grasped the shopping cart. An inexplicable sadness settled over me. My chest throbbed as if I needed to nurse a hungry infant. Was I experiencing an anxiety attack? Was I losing my mind? By the time I returned home, my heart ached so much I could hardly breathe. I swallowed 2 of the 1,200 ibuprofen tablets I had just purchased and turned to my computer. Maybe Facebook would distract my racing thoughts. Coincidentally, a friend had just posted about another Costco, praising that store's expansive kosher selections. I commented sourly, "Does anyone else feel ill at the Costco in Westchester?" Later that night, I returned to Facebook and read a stranger's startling response. "I never go to that Westchester Costco because of all that business with the Jewish cemetery." About 4 seconds of detective work on the computer unspooled the mystery. For 100 years, a synagogue and its cemetery overlooked the Yonkers Hill, where the Costco now stands. Unable to afford the cemetery upkeep, the few elderly surviving members gave their land to developers, but only in exchange for a promise that the cemetery's inhabitants, including 147 children, would be reburied in Jerusalem. A recent investigation had revealed that the remains of only 12 could be accounted for in Israel. The balance on that Costco receipt included 135 dead Jewish children's remains lying beneath the concrete floor where I had just pushed my shopping cart. I close my laptop and sit down on the couch to fold the laundry, still warm from the dryer. My hands fold and crease, flattening my son's pants, reuniting my daughter's pink socks. If only my mind could be smoothed so easily. But I cannot stop thinking about those children. Perhaps I sense their presence because I'm so attuned to the past, to the ways it persists into the present. As a Jew, I am commanded to remember Sabbaths, festivals, tyrants, covenants, commandments. All are supposed to be engraved in memory, a heavy habit passed through generations, as enduring as the physical attributes we inherit: a widow's peak, long toes, an allergy to the bumpy skin of strawberries. Who or what remembered me as I stood on that old sacred ground? After millions of years on this planet, I suppose we are all walking over the bones of each other, yet it's only the souls of these stricken children who call to me, whose presence on that windy hill triggers my restless heartbeat. I wish I knew how to honor them, these long dead children, whose mothers surely love them as fiercely as I love mine. But I can only murmur the words my people have always uttered in the face of loss, the blessing recited upon hearing of a death. Baruch Dayan Ha'emet, blessed is the true judge.